Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we are finally doing a video again after our semi-quasi break that definitely wasn't fueled entirely out of laziness. We are doing Shadows of Brimstone again.
That's right, folks. Today, thanks to the little guy, he got this for me for Christmas. This is the Shadows of Brimstone Coffin Breakers Enemy Pack. Now, it may seem like a little bitty box with just a few minis in it, but it packs just a little bit too much of a punch for our liking.
Yeah.
Would you say the models are really nice. Actually, they were a lot of fun to put together. A little bit of tiny little options, a couple of little extra pieces, some weapon arms, and I think maybe some skulls and some little little bits that I can use later on. But otherwise, they're pretty simple to put together. Just make sure you use model glue instead of super glue. And we're going to show those off in just a second. They're not part of a Kickstarter, and they are available on places like Miniature Market, or if you want to pay the most you can possibly pay, you can go to Amazon or Flying Frog themselves and pay quite a bit. But I'd recommend going to Miniature Market. They're going to end up being like $18 for the box of 6 models. Now here are the models. As you can see, they're using their coffin lids as shields, which is kind of a neat little twist. Something I've never seen before in all the undead that I've assembled and encountered.
Really, you've never seen that once?
No, never
Ever.
seen them use their...
No one has ever had that idea before?
No, I don't think so. They really nailed it with this one. And they've got 2 different shields. One is the full coffin lid, and one is just the regular, just broken bits of it. Because they've busted their way out of their coffins and picked up the lid as a shield, and they're using shovels or mining picks for their weapons, which for whatever reason are incredibly powerful as weapons for these particular model / monsters. Unfortunately, it didn't come with any specific adventure. It came with a simple sheet, a little bit of text explaining their powers and the modeling instructions with no painting instructions. But you painted one skeleton, you've pretty much painted them all.
Well, actually, 2. There's 2 ways to paint skeletons. One of them's better than the other, objectively.
Right.
Actually, depends on what context you're painting it, but typically.
And it would have been nice if they came with the cards other than the bare minimum, and where the deck cards where you encounter them. I would have always appreciated even just one artifact. Maybe one of the shovels you pick up later, or a pick or something like that. That would have been cool, but they decided against that. Now let's talk about the actual abilities.
They suck.
And by that you mean?
I mean what I mean.
You mean they're terrible models and easy to kill?
No.
They suck for us.
Yes.
Yes, they are quite fearsome. Starting out with initiative 4, that's mid-range for initiative.
That's fine.
Right. But that's where it leaves off in our favor. They have...
Melee is 4, or 4+, which is, it's the second best thing that they have. Everything else... Well, no. Actually, that's not true. The combat is only 2, which is fine if it wasn't for the abilities.
Right. Damage 4,
that sucks.
That's potentially 8 points of damage from one skeleton he could take out,
But then where it really goes is you see the health, and the health is 2. That means that defense is going to be pretty high.
Which a 5 is incredibly high for this game. It means you're going to be hitting them and doing no damage more often than not. The zombies and the skeletons and these guys all seem to have that super, super high defense. I guess it's to sort of represent the fact that the only way to kill them is to literally to smash them into little bits and pieces. Oh, did you see what I'm seeing on the back for For the brutal side,
Yeah, damage 6, combat 4, health 5.
health 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never take these out in brutal mode, so get it over with as soon as you can. Put them in your early game, knock them out, then just go, okay, well, we fought some coffin breakers, it's time to go fight some other stuff. But where it really gets nasty with these guys, it's not the Fear 2, which,
Nobody cares.
yeah, starting adjacent to them, you take 2 horror hits. Well, you're going to want to go at them with ranged combat, but guess what? Their coffin shields are pretty much going to negate that, forcing you to get into combat, hand-to-hand combat with them.
So it's not that bad, but it could be, I suppose.
Yeah, well, especially if you try to get rid of them with dynamite, as we'll show in just a moment.
Well, why'd you want to do that? That's a waste.
Well, because they are defense super high, and sometimes...
Well, yeah, but defense, high defense. Though, don't they always go around defense, explosives? Most of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, could be.
Yeah, that way you can actually hurt them. If you're just trying to shoot at them, and you don't do, a certain amount of damage, you're not going to hurt them. Their grave shovels, hits ignore armor, and heroes may not reroll defense. I don't know why the shovels are so magical, but
they are.
Apparently.
They all have magic shovels. This is just
or the
theme.
pick. Oh, so if they have the pick, it doesn't work?
Yes.
There you go. The coffin shields, this is where it really gets brutal. They're immune to critical hits from ranged attacks and have a cover 4+, which is like an extra saving throw. So if you roll the 4+, they don't take the damage against explosives.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm. It really, really, really does. Then they've got a new little random ability. Every turn, you roll a d6 to see what they're going to do.
If you roll a 1, they have +3 combat.
Which could potentially do what... One of these guys could do 20 points of damage if he rolled really, really, really well.
Yes, that's how math works.
Yeah, and that's really brutal.
Yes.
If you roll a 2 or 3, it's skirmish. They retarget and move through other models. Melee to hit is now a 3+ instead of a 4+. Not good. Not good. Means they're going to hit a lot more often. And then on a 4 to 5, they get the shield wall ability. While adjacent to another coffin breaker, they get cover 4+.
That's not that bad.
Well, it's cover 4+ against everything now, not just explosives. So before you even roll any damage, they get a cover save. And then on a 6, they get coffin smash, the coffin breaker to hit roll of 6+. Now ignore defense, which makes them all in all.
Yeah, but I think it's only for 1 turn.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still, okay, they hit you for, whatever. They get, potentially 2 hits, and 4 damage. That's, you're going to take a crap ton of damage from these guys.
Yeah.
So, like I said, go against them early on in the game, because if you wait till later and you try brutal, they're going to kill you. But if you wait till later than that, like mid-range, like 4th to 5th level or 6th level, where you start getting the elite abilities, you want to read some of those off?
Let's just read the elite abilities. Broken boards, coffin breakers now take 1 less wound from every hit they take, and +2 health, which it just amplifies the.
It
issue
just doubles
really.
them. From 2 to 4. Now they're twice as hard to kill.
+1 combat. Not okay. That's bad, but it's not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Always try to end their move next to as many other coffin breakers as possible. That's what? Okay.
Read the whole thing.
Combat hits are +1 damage, or 3. Coffin breaker combat hits are +1 damage for each hero adjacent to them.
So, don't bunch yourself
Rusty
up.
shovels. Now everyone's minus to their defense rolls. These phantom shovels.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Artifact shovels. They're holy grave digging artifact relic weapons.
Okay, horror hits 2 sanity. That's not that bad. Okay, and then number 6, they roll twice.
Yeah, if you roll a 6 on the elite chart, they get 2 abilities instead of just 1.
But elite abilities are all bad.
Yeah, that's why you want to fight them as early in your career as possible, between 1st and 3rd level.
I think that's not really how you're meant to play the game.
Well, you get to choose, so...
Technically, yes, but I'm pretty sure when you buy stuff, you want to use it more than once.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
typically you want to just throw them in there.
Right, but
forever.
Yeah. Well, that makes it harder to customize the deck if you're going on a different box set like a Vampire Hunt or against the Crimson Hand. You want to take out some stuff to make it a little more likely that you're actually going to run into the monsters that you kind of want to fight.
Yes.
Which it's it's a little manipulative, but we've done it before because, like I said, we wanted to fight the Crimson Hand, so we made sure we fought as many of them as possible. A fair mix is like 50-50. 50% of the monsters you want to fight, and then 50% of the monsters you don't want to fight, I guess.
Hold on. Manipulative?
Yeah.
That makes
you want to say
no
cheating?
sense.
You want to say cheating? Because it's not cheating, because there's no...
No, I'm saying what you said makes absolutely no sense.
Well, you want to manipulate what you're going to randomly come across.
That's not what that... Never mind.
Well, either way...
It's making no sense again.
It's been a long day. I've been in 4 videos, and I've actually been wanting to do this video for a while because I wanted to get these painted and on the table as soon as possible.
Since Christmas?
Yeah, and it's been, a couple of weeks, and it really didn't take long. I think I did these all while in Bruce Lombardo's game last Saturday, and I was able to bang those out and most of the Beholder during that time.
Because you certainly had enough time.
Yeah, it was a very long game, 8.5 hours with Bruce Lombardo and the gang. But that's pretty much it for this little box set. Highly recommended especially if you're into using your miniatures for other games. These will look great, in a lot of other games, D&D or Pathfinder or whatever your game is. Especially a Call of Cthulhu game. These would be great for, wouldn't you think?
No.
Well, they get the modernish,
Yeah, of course they would.
Traveler, not so much, or some science fiction game, but if you're playing a Western fantasy or, Call of Cthulhu of all kinds of different eras, they'd work well. They almost got like a Scooby-Doo feel to them, don't they?
I would have never thought of that, but you're entirely right.
It's just goofy, they're coming at you with shovels and makeshift shields, and suddenly they're, super, super powerful. But there you have it, folks. Hope you guys have enjoyed the holidays and are ready to get back into the swing of things. Game as much as possible.
Even this one could easily be a mask.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add before we hit the road? Greetings, salutations,
Why did you greet someone at the end?
Well, you know what I mean. To, people out there you haven't spoken to in a while, your friends who just visited us, if they're watching us. Howdy, Alex and Emily. Hope you guys enjoy the video, that kind of thing.
I don't recognize that second name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bedelia?
Anyways, we're going back on break. Good night.
Adios, everybody. Happy trails.